Thank you, being Maya Sushma Didi. Now, may I request you all to please silent your phones? Thank you. Without any further ado, over to you, Swamiji. Jai Shri Radhe.
One, two. बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Please just all sit up where you are. Just close your eyes and try to meditate on the form of Bhagavan that you cherish and love. As we do the following Bandhana mantras, try to feel the presence of the Supreme Lord. Feel the blessings and the peace that emanates from the divine glories. Prathamam Sadgurum Vande Shri Krishnam Tadanantaram Guru Papatmanam Trata Shri Krishnas Tvamalatmana Varahapidam Natavarvapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibhradavasa Kanakakapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam Randhran Venu Radhar Sudhaya Purayan Gopa Vrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirti Namah Kamalna Bhaya Namah Kamal Maline Namah Kamal Pada Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vaivedashta Prahinoti Tasmai Takvan Hadevam Atma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. बोले राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय. प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, दिव्यात्माओं, महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the divine souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Today is the second day in the series of talk, Transforming the Mind. Yesterday, we saw there's so many problems in the mind. fear, greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, delusion, selfishness, so many. The root cause of all of this problem, something called Maya. So one of the aim of life in transforming the mind is to become free from Maya. And we saw Maya is not an illusion, as many people say and think, but rather it's a power that belongs to Sri Krishna, to God. Bhagavan himself says in Gita, chapter 17, verse 14, chapter 7, verse 14, Mama Maya, he says, Daivi Esha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratyaya. Maya is not an illusion, but a divine power that belongs to me. He says, Meri Maya, it's my power. And this is why no one, no Jnani, Rishi, Muni, Yogi, Karmi, no one can become free from Maya by their own effort. How to become free? Shri Krishna says, Mameva ye prapadyante Maya me tantarantite. Ev means alone. Shri Krishna says, only the one who completely surrenders to him. It is his power. Then he will say to Maya, okay Maya, leave that person. Then Maya will go. So only when Bhagavan tells Maya to leave, to go, then Maya will. And the condition for that is surrender. Very briefly, what is surrender? First, someone asked the question today, but again, we need to understand who or what is the performer of our action. Is it the hand, the feet, the eyes, the mouth, the nose? Are these the performer of the action? First. Secondly, what does surrender mean? The word surrender means complete inactivity. I give the example. If someone takes a gun and points at you and say, hands up, what do? You hands up? You don't take the hand and put in the pocket? Or do any other action? So, surrender means complete inactivity. And how do we attain the state of complete inactivity? So first, as I mentioned, we have to understand who or what is the performer of our action. The Vedas say, Mana eva manushyanam karnam bandha mokshayo. Brahma Bindu Upanishad. Second mantra. This mantra comes many places, many Upanishads. Also, Narad Puran. Many places. Bhagavatas Chetah Kalvasya Bandhai. In other words, just take it word by word. Man means the mind. Ev, alone. Manushyanam, human beings, people. Karnam is the cause. Bandhan, bondage. Moksha, liberation. So this mantra is saying, the mind alone is the cause of bondage as well as liberation. In other words, it is the mind which is the performer of the action, not the sense organs. All the responsibility lies with the mind alone. And this is why Shri Krishna says in Gita, Mayeva mana adhasva Mai buddhim niveshaya. Chapter 12, verse 8, Gita. Shri Krishna says, Arjuna, give your mind and intellect alone to me. In other words, stop thinking. Stop applying the mind, the intellect. When it comes to God, the scriptures, and Guru. Whatever the scriptures say, we accept. Don't apply the mind, the intellect. Bhagwan gives an instruction, you follow blindly. Close the eye. That is surrender. Let's suppose you go to the doctor, you have some sickness, fever, pain in the body. You go to the doctor, you say, Doc, so much pain, fever. The doctor does his examination and he says, look, I'm giving you this medicine. Take one drop in water 3 times a day. And you listen to the doctor, you surrender. And you take 1 drop in water 3 times and you get better. But somebody like me says, Doc, 1 drop? What is it going to do? Look how big my body is. Give me the whole bottle, let me drink the whole bottle one time. So I'll get better really quickly. The doctor will say, take him to the mental asylum. First we have to treat him mentally, then we can treat him physically. So we have to completely surrender the mind, the intellect. In other words, we have to attach our mind, our intellect to God and perform action in the world. Since God is noting only our thoughts and ideas, if our mind is attached to Him, we get the fruit of where the mind is. We do not get the fruit of the action. Where the mind is, pay attention. You're doing job, you're doing puja, Havan, singing bhajan and kirtan, going to place of pilgrimage. Where's the mind? Do we pay attention? When we pray to God, where the mind is at that time, it is worship is taken, worship to that object or person. If when we are praying to God, our mind is thinking about God, then we are praying to God. But if we are thinking about the world, Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva. What do we say? Hey Shri Krishna, you alone are my mother, you alone are my father. But I'm thinking about the house. I'm thinking I have to go and meet Ramesh over there. I have to go to the grocery. I'm saying words only. Words have no importance to Bhagwan. Whether you can speak Sanskrit or Hindi or Mandarin or Spanish, Italian, God does not have a language problem that you have to speak Sanskrit. Then He is going to listen. If we have to say something, then God will listen and bless us. Then the people who are dumb, jo gunga hai, they can't speak. They will have a strike, hartal. They will have a big strike. Hey, Mr. Bhagwan, hey, Shri Krishna, your condition is that we have to speak Sanskrit or we have to say some mantra. But I am dumb. I can't speak. Give me God realization free. Bhagwan says, no. I don't look at that. I look at one thing, the heart, the mind. Everybody has mind, heart. Whether you are dumb or whether you can speak. Bas, wahi language. Bhagwan only looks at the language of the heart, the mind. This is why he ate the Jutha. Shabari, she belonged to wild people in the forest. Wild forest people. She didn't know any mantra. Not even Tvameva Mata. And Bhagwan Sri Ram went to Shabari. Shabari, she didn't have anything, only some fruits called bed. There's a plum called bed. It looks ripe, yellow, but you don't know if it's sweet unless you taste it. It can be very sour. So Shabari tasted the fruit, and which one she found sweet, she kept. Every day she will keep, she'll throw it away if the Lord didn't come, and then she will take again. And when the Lord did come, Shabari gave him those fruits that she tasted, the plums. We're not supposed to eat and then give to Bhagavan. Huh? And Bhagavan ate with great relish. And he said to Lakshman, who didn't want to eat, he says, Lakshman, when we went to Janakpur, we got Raj Bhog, the best type of sweets. But nothing could compare to the sweetness I am getting when I'm eating these plums that Shabari, a wild woman, tasted. When the Lord went to Vidur, Duryodhana had asked Krishna to come with great pride. He prepared Chappan Bhog, 56 type of the best things, and said, hey Krishna, come and eat. Shri Krishna said, no. Main bhuka nahi hua. So Shri Krishna went to the home of Vidur. Vidur wasn't home. He knocked on the door. Vidurani was taking bath, shower. She said, who is there? Krishna. Krishna! She ran out of the shower. Guess how she was? Opened the door. Krishna is standing. She can't believe the Lord, the one she loves so much, is here. She brought him, put him to sit. Now she is thinking, kya do? What to give? So she had some ripe bananas. And she decided to give some ripe banana to Bhagavan, to Shri Krishna. She's peeling the banana and she's staring at the Lord. Tears are flowing, water is dripping from the body. She can't take her eyes. In that love, she throws away the part of the banana you normally eat and she gives the chilka, the banana peel. And Shri Krishna starts to eat. Same time Vidur came home. He's seen his wife is dripping with water and Shri Krishna is eating a banana peel. Pagal ho gayi. My wife has gone full mad. He grabbed the banana peel and threw it away. He told the wife, Jao, go and change, dry yourself. Then he said, hey Kanhaiya, Baithiye, sit down. I'm going to cook something for you. Would you eat? Shri Krishna said yes. Vidur is the devotee bhakt. Whatever bhakt gives, he will eat. So Vidur went, he made some saag. When you cook some leaf, it's called saag. And some chapati roti. Simple fare. He brought and he gave to Shri Krishna. And Krishna is eating. Vidur says, Kanhaiya, kaise hai? How is it? Very nice, Vidur. Very nice. But I want to tell you something, don't feel badly. The sweetness I was getting in the banana peel that you took and threw away, that Vidurani gave me, I can't find it in the saag, this chapati. Now, you people have eaten banana. Have you ever eaten the banana peel? The chilka? If you did, it's not sweet. So is Shri Krishna lying? No. Then why is he saying? Because he's eaten the love of Vidurani. the love she gave it with. No matter what you give to Bhagwan, if it's given with love, he will have to eat it. And you can give the best thing in the world, Chappan Bhog, 56 type, 108 type of the best thing. And there's no love, Bhagwan, he is not good. This is why he says in Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhaktyupahita Ashnami Prayatmana. Chapter 9, verse 26, Gita. Give me a leaf, any leaf. A flower, nothing expensive. A fruit. You can't get leaf, flower, fruit, a few drops of water to you. But give it with love. Yo me bhaktya prayachati. Give with love. That leaf, flower, fruit, whatever, by the devoted soul given to me with love, I will eat. I will accept. This is what Sri Krishna wants. So surrender the mind, the intellect. This is why he says in Gita, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhyacha. Chapter 8, verse 7, Gita. This is the whole Gita. Karma Yoga. I'm going to speak on Karma Yoga in Gita from Monday at the Radha Kunj. Listen. Shri Krishna said, hey, Arjun, Tasmat Sarveshu, at all place, Kaleshu, at all time, Mamanusmara. A smara means remember. Remember me. Keep me in your heart, in your mind. And Yudhyacha, your Kshatri, do your duty, fight the war. This is Karma Yoga. Karma means duty, action, duty. Performing your duty in the world. With the heart attached to God. Attached in the heart, the mind means bhakti. So bhakti plus karma is called Karma Yoga. That's Gita. We'll hear more in detail. So surrender, this is what surrender means. Surrender in the mind, the intellect. Now, in transforming the mind, we are told the greatest disease of the mind, there are many diseases. Many. Greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, selfishness, delusion, you name it. Many. But amongst all of those, the greatest disease of the mind is told to be desire, kamana. In the Gita, Shri Krishna says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmanah tushta stita pragyasta dochyate. Chapter 2, verse 55, Gita. A person who can give up all desires. If you can give up all desires, that person gets absorbed, the self gets absorbed in the Supreme Self. In other words, God. He experiences true peace, true happiness. Again, Vihaya kaman yassarvan puman shaltim nispriha nirmamo nirahankara sashanti madhigachati. Chapter 2, verse 71, Gita. One who gives up all desires, he becomes free from the feeling of I and mine. He's become free from all ego, abhiman. And he experiences true peace, true happiness. Yavat priyata jataram tavat sattvam hi dehinam adhikam yobhi manyeta sastena dandam arhati. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7th Canto, 14th chapter, 8th verse. Give up all desires. Bhajiya Rama sab kama bihai. Tulsikat Ramayana. Give up all desires. all desires. Look, if a person can give up all desires, there will be nothing left for him to do. No gyan, no bhakti, no karma, no yoga, nothing. He would have attained everything. If you can give up all desires. In the Bhagavad Mahapuran, a beautiful incident. God, Shri Krishna descended as Nirsingh Bhagwan. Nirsingh Bhagwan, half man, half lion, to kill a demon, Rakshas by the name of Hiranyakashipu. After he destroyed Hiranyakashipu, he placed Prahalad on his lap, little Prahalad. And he says, Beta, my son, Baram Bruhi, ask me for a book. Prahalad said, my Lord, what are you saying to me? I am your servant, main aapka das hu. If a das asks the master for anything, then he is no longer a servant. And the master who requests from the servant is no longer a master. I have you, I don't want anything. Long lecture. Shri Krishna said, Nirsingh Bhagwan said, same Shri Krishna informed Nirsingh Bhagwan. He said, look Prahalad, my son, whenever I meet a devotee of mine, it is my nature to tell him to ask for something. So I'm saying to you, please ask me for something. You have to ask. What did Prahalad do? We'll hear, we'll do a bhajan, and then we'll hear what he asked for. And we'll do a bhajan. A kirtan written by Jagat Gurutam, Sri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Beautiful bhajan, Gao Sab Hil Mil Radhe. Let's all chant the divine name of Shri Radha Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Krishna Krishna. If you become tired chanting the name, you may get tired. Then, with every breath, in your mind just think, Radhe Radhe. Don't say anything. You may get tired. If you get tired of even that, then just remember, meditate on Radharani, meditate on Shri Krishna. While you're doing kirtan, whether we are chanting loudly or we are doing in our mind, we are repeating the name of the Lord. One thing is most important. Do Roop Dhyan, meditate on the Lord, meditate on Radharani. Ek dhyan karu, mana maharadhe. One thing, keep in mind. The mind may run away. It's the nature of the mind to run. But wherever the mind runs away, just put Radharani to stand there, Shri Krishna. Eventually the mind would realize, everywhere I go, they are there, let me stay right here. Like this, we'll sing a few lines. Gao sab hili mili radhe, 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 gao. Gao sab hili Radhe, 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 Radhe. Kahu naam gaate jag radhe. Shwas, shwas japurate. Radhe, 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 Radhe. Gita bahuto Radhe. O Sumiriyan Radhe, 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 Radhe. राधे 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 ओ गाओ सब हिंदी राधे 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 गाओ करो कीर्तन या जप राधे ओ ध्यान करो राधे 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 मन महाराधे ओ हरि सामने राधे 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 हरि ओ गाओ सब राधे 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 तू जो ध्यान हो नित राधे ओ मिल ही देगी अब राधे 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 निज गुरु इष्ट भक्ति मेरा ओ रघु अनन्यमति राधे 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 आओ सब राधे 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 आओ मधुर भावन कतहु राधे उदासीन रहु राधे 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 उदासीन सब महारा कृपालु तब राधे है भाव रघुराधे राधे 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 है भाव ओ गाओ सब राधे 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 गाओ सब राधा रानी की जय. Yeah, so now Nrsimha Bhagavan has insisted that Prahlad asks for something. And Prahlad is a servant. Whatever the master says, the servant has to do. So Prahlad said, take it. Okay. You insist that I ask? This is what I ask for. Yadirami shame kaman paranstam paradarshava Kamanam hridya sandoham bhavatastu vrinevaram. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7th canto, 10th chapter, 7th verse. Prahlad says, Hey Bhagavan, oh my Lord, if you insist on giving me a boon that I have to ask, then give me the boon that my desire to ask you for something should be destroyed forever. Let me never ask you for anything. Bhagwan ki bolli ki band kar diya. Bhagwan became quiet. इतना छोटे से लड़का, small boy, इतना तीव्र बुद्धि. Because Prahlad had the right guru, Naraji. I told you about guru yesterday. You have the correct guru, he'll give the right knowledge. We keep asking for this, for that. How can we do bhakti like that? So Prahlad said, let my desire to ever ask you for anything be destroyed forever, and I should never ask you for anything. Why is desire so dangerous? Bhagavan is saying to Prahlad, why are you saying this? Why are you asking for such a boon? So Prahlad said, you don't know. You're Bhagavan? Yeah, I know. But your answer would help others. So Prahlad answered and said, Indriyani manah prana atma dharmo dhitirmati he shis tejasmiti satyam yasya nashyanti janmana. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7th canto, 10th chapter, 8th verse. Prahlad says to Nrsimha Bhagavan, the birth of a desire, one desire, causes harm to so many things. The energy of the senses, the energy of the mind, the energy of the life force, the energy of the soul, Atma. These are the 4 main pillars. Other things get harmed also. Righteousness, patience, reasoning, modesty, self-esteem, and even knowledge of the scriptures. Somebody may say, knowledge of scripture? I have read Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavad. That's theoretical knowledge. Book knowledge, no knowledge. Practical knowledge gets destroyed. Practical knowledge. Desire makes a person a beggar. Desire for money makes him bow to the wishes of a rich person. Desire, lust for someone makes him bow to the wishes of woman or man. And desire are only 5 in numbers. We only have 5 types of desires. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Desire to hear, Shabda. Desire to touch, to feel, Sparsha. Desire to see, Rupa. Desire to taste, Ras. Desire to smell, Gandha. And what we're going to hear, touch, see, smell, taste, etc. depends on the condition of the mind. If there's purity in the mind, we want to hear only pure things. Only Bhagavan's charcha, things about God. We don't want to hear worldly things. We don't want to see worldly things. We get joy only by looking at the image of Bhagavan, the saint. We don't want to speak worldly things, etc. So we only have 5 desires. We only have 5 sense organs and desires of the 5 sense organs. These desires are very powerful. A person of uncontrolled senses cannot control the desire for carnal desires and falls into the greatest darkness. Kuranga matanga patanga bringa Meenahata panchavireva pancha Eka pramadi sakatham nahanyate Yasevate panchavireva pancha. Sukti. The moth, there's something called a moth. It gets attracted by light, flame. The moth's desire for light causes it to fall in the flame and die. The bee succumbs to desire for sweet smells. It goes into the lotus flower, the lotus closes, and the bee dies. The deer gets attracted by the sound. The hunter plays the flute, deer gets attracted, and he kills the deer. The fish's desire for taste gets caught on the hook, and the elephant meets his end owing to the desire for the she-elephant. These poor innocent creatures meet their end trying to satisfy desire related to one sense of what then should be the deplorable state of a person who is ravaged and tormented by all the five sensual desires. Bhagavan Krishna says to Uddhava in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Jivakato mamapakarshati karhi tarsha Shishno nyatasta gudaram shravanam kutaschit Grano nyatasta paladuk kachakarma shaktir Bahavyasa patnahi vageha patim lunanti. Bhagavad Mahapuran 11 Canto 9th chapter, 27th verse. Bhagavan Krishna compares the five senses and sensual desires to five wives of a man. Let's suppose a man has 5 wives. Just as each wife will try her level best to attract and possess the husband to herself, competition. In the same way, each desire tries to capture the heart, the mind to itself. The eyes is pulling this way. See this, see this, see this, see this. All kinds of things. This dress, this thing, this person, that. The ears want to hear all kinds of sounds. Rock, dab. Not Hare Krishna. Not Radhe Radhe. The nose wants to smell all kinds of scents. The tongue wants to taste all kinds of craziness. The skin wants to touch and pull in the heart, the mind, thereby leading to that person's complete ruin and degradation. This is why the mind, that desire is told to be the greatest disease of the mind. And we are looking to transform that mind from that. Again, Prahlad is said to Nrsimha Bhagavan, you want to hear more? Bolo, bolo. Say. Prahlad says, Vimunchati yada kaman manavo manasistitan tahyeva pundarikaksha bhagavattvaya kalpate. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7 Canto, 10 chapter, 9th verse. He says, what to say of becoming a saint? A God-realized soul. If someone can give up desires, he will become Bhagavan, God. Bhagavattvaya kalpate. But, why is desire so dangerous? The question comes. Why is it told in the scriptures to be the root cause of all ills, all evils? What about greed and anger? If a person gets angry, there's no telling what they can do. Break somebody's head, kill someone, mash up the pot, the television, doesn't get what he likes to eat. And then there's greed. Now somebody gets desire, they'll be restless for a little while, and then they'll be okay. So what about greed and anger? Growth, lope. the mother, the root cause of anger as well as greed is desire. Kama krodho bhijayate. Gita, chapter 2, verse 62. Look, if we get a desire, we have a desire is born in the mind, either the desire can be fulfilled, we can get what we want, or it can remain unfulfilled, we don't get it. When a desire is fulfilled, we get what we want. We eat what we want, we drink, whatever, you get what you want. When the desire is fulfilled, what happens? It leads to greed, which is ever increasing and insatiable. We think that if I want something and I get it, I'll be fine. That's the finish end. I feel like eating ice cream. I eat a whole tub of ice cream. And I'm okay. I don't want any more ice cream again. And tomorrow, in Bhagavad Mahapuran it says, Najatu kamaha kamanam upabhogena shamyati avishya krishna varmeva bhuya eva vivandhate. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 9th canto, 19th chapter, 14th verse. The Bhagavad says, trying to satisfy a desire is like pouring ghee. Ghee, cow butter, pure cow butter, like pouring ghee into fire. People do Howard. I'm sure you do Howard, many of you. You pour ghee into the fire. Indraya namaha swaha, Agne namaha swaha, Vayave namaha swaha. When you pour the ghee in the fire, what happens? Temporarily, in the beginning, the fire goes down. It gets less. And then after, it gets bigger. So when we satisfy a desire, temporarily that time, I don't want any more ice cream, I'm good. And then, tomorrow I want more ice cream. The desire has only increased. So by satisfying desire, we haven't finished. We have only increased it. And when we cannot satisfy a desire, when it remains unfulfilled, we don't get what we want, anger comes, growth. And what happens when anger comes in the mind? Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibrama, smriti banshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Gita chapter 2 verse 63. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjuna, when anger comes in the mind, from anger comes delusion. From delusion, loss of memory. When we lose our memory, we lose the power to discriminate, and everything is destroyed. Human beings are told to be superior to all the creatures because of knowledge, jnana. But when that knowledge gets destroyed, Jnanam hitesha madhiko vishesho jnane nahina pashubhis samana. Become pashu. Pashu means animal. We become worse than animal. We destroy the power to discriminate when you get angry. We think we get angry, somebody has done something to you, told you something, and you decide, I'm going to take revenge. You tell the person, you know what's going to hurt them. Really hurtful word. And you say the worst thing and they start crying. I fix you. You fix them, but you fix yourself even better. We have destroyed ourselves in the process. Anger is so dangerous, we have to control. Today, nowadays, there's anger control classes. But the anger doesn't go because the root cause, the mother is still there. Until you destroy the root. So what is the root cause of desire? So whether we fulfill a desire or it remains unfulfilled, both are dangerous. So what is the root cause of desire? The mother. If we can find that and destroy it, then we won't have to worry about anger, greed, or any other mental disease. We destroy the root cause. You have some sickness, something is bothering, the doctor looks, he's a good doctor, look for the root cause. Find the root cause, you just you just treat the symptom, you get again. Look for the root cause. So what is the root cause of all desires? There's only one thing, one answer. It is called asakti, lagav, attachment. Attachment. Look, many people are sitting here and some time has gone and some people love to drink coffee, chai, smoke cigarette, drink a coke. So we'll become a little bit bored, sleepy, lecture. Okay, if I can get a cup of coffee, a cup of chai, I can take a little smoke, drink a little coke, I'll be fresh again and talk for 2 hours, no problem. Because of these people's attachment to this object, it keeps pinching them. Pinching, drink me, smoke me. A person who never smokes cigarette doesn't think I should take a smoke. Never drank coffee doesn't think I have to drink a coffee. And the more you use it, the more you want it. Some people drink only 1 cup of coffee a day, 2 cups, some drink every day, drink coffee. The more you use, the more you want. Look at it another way. Do we get pleasure by looking at beautiful things? Beautiful, scenery? Yes. Do we get pleasure by looking at very bad things? Death, etc.? No. Do we get pleasure from smelling sweet things, perfume, a rose? Yes. Do we get pleasure from smelling dirty things? Dead animal or something? No. So do we get pleasure from sweet things or from good smells, etc.? A child's nose is running. Naak bare. The mother in her attachment and the love kisses the child right where the naak, where the nose is running. Another person looks on, thinks, oh my God, how can she not scorn the child? You see, a person attached in love finds sweet smell where there is bad smell and beauty where there is ugliness. So sweet smell, beauty, etc. does not give pleasure. Wherever we are touched, we love someone, we love something, we are attached to someone, to something, only upon acquiring that person or thing is pleasure derived. When you see that person, when you get that thing, you don't get it, you don't see the person, no pleasure. So, only when there's attachment, upon getting that thing or person, pleasure is derived. And this attachment is the root cause of all desires. The root cause. Dhyayato vishayan punsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangasajate kamaha kamat krodho bhijayate. Chapter 2 verse 62 Gita. So number 1, firstly, attachment. We are attached. Why do we get attached to the material world? I told you yesterday. Because we have forgotten who we are. Don't forget yesterday's lecture. We forgot that I am the soul, the Atma. And we became attached. We started identifying with the material body. We became attached to the material world. So number 1, attachment. Then from attachment comes number 2, desire. Then number 3, if a desire is fulfilled, greed, and it remains unfulfilled, anger. But why do we get attached to any person or object? Does this also have a root cause? And besides, not everyone is attached to the same person or object. Our attachment varies from person to person. The answer is given in Gita. Everything is in Gita. That shloka I just told you, that verse from Gita, chapter 2, verse 62, the first line. The first line. Dhyayato vishayan punsaha sangasteshu pajayate. Chapter 2, verse 62, first line. Listen carefully. When Shri Krishna is saying, when we think again and again about any person or object, when we think again and again that we'll get happiness, pleasure from any person or object, we get attached. People don't become drug addicts just like that. Nobody's born a drug addict or an alcoholic. Some young person sees some friends or people smoking weed, marijuana, and thinks, oh, and is encouraged. It's a great thing. Take a little smoke too. He took a small little smoke and he experienced something. High and take. Then, every little opportunity he hides and take a little smoke. Now he gets hooked, addicted. Now he can't give it up. Alcoholic. Nobody is born an alcoholic. You see others drinking. A parent, it could be a parent, a brother, a sister, a friend. You decide, I should try a little thing too. You take one drink, the head spin a little bit. Then now you get a little, every now and again you hide, take a little drink. Then every Friday now the friends are going to the clubbing. So every Friday you go to take drink, going to the bar. Then every Monday and Friday, then every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, then every day now you're not alcoholic. A boy sees a girl. Decision comes in the mind, this girl is going to make me happy. You know, people say, I fell in love. I just saw the boy, I saw the girl, and I fell in love. And then you fell out of love too, after some time. Nobody falls in love. Love is not blind. We see someone, so boy sees a girl or girl sees a boy, and the decision comes in the mind, this is the boy who will make me happy. This is the girl. And suddenly we keep thinking again and again. And now you think, I can't live without this girl, I can't live without this boy. Now you do, food doesn't have any taste, you can't sleep. Until you get that girl or boy, you get married or you start having relations or something, a different age now. So it's a thinking again and again. Decision in the mind that this person, this object can give me happiness. We fall in love, we get attached, we get addicted. Same thing. All means the same thing. But why? Now the next question comes. Why do we continuously presume, think again and again, that we can find happiness in any person or object, in some person or object? Does this also have a root cause? Yes. You see, we have to go all the way where there's no more question. There's a root cause. I told you yesterday. What do we all want? Every action we perform in the world is for one thing. What is that one thing that we're all looking for? Happiness. Anand, bliss. Why? Why are we looking for only happiness? You remember? Because we are a fraction of happiness. We are a fraction of Shri Krishna. And the scriptures tell us, the Vedas and all the scriptures, another name for Shri Krishna, for God, is Anand, bliss, sukha, happiness. So we are all looking for happiness from beginningless time. And until and unless we don't find true lasting happiness, we have to keep performing action. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishthatya karma krit, chapter 3 verse 5 Gita. Shri Krishna says no one can remain inactive even for a moment. We have to keep performing action. And every action we perform will be only for happiness. But, before that, this desire, this nature of ours to look for happiness everywhere and every day, no one can destroy. Neither God, nor a saint, nor man, nor a demon, no one can destroy. It's our nature. We can't help it. To want happiness, to look for happiness is not wrong. The problem is we have always been looking in the wrong place. Because of ignorance, because we have forgotten who we are, identifying with the material body, we have been looking for happiness from beginningless time. Where? In the material world. Now, if somehow someone can convince us, listen, this part is very important. If someone can convince us that there is no happiness to be found in the material world, in any person or object, and that the happiness we are looking for we'll find only in God and Shri Krishna, then we will start looking in the right direction. Now tell me, we, the Jivatma, the individual soul, have been in existence from beginningless time. Unborn, eternal, beginningless. We went in detail yesterday. From that time, uncountable time we have heard. You see this Gita, this Bhagavad, this Ved. These are not books that only came in this time that we are now. They have always existed. Ved is eternal. Beginningless. Puran means old. Eternal, beginningless. They've all existed. All this Gita, everything. It means we have read and heard this philosophy uncountable times, but no one was able to convince us. For the worldly soul to make the decision that there is no happiness to be found in any person or object in the world, and that we can only find happiness in God and Shri Krishna, is impossible for the worldly soul under Maya. And that's why we need the entity called Guru. I talked about it yesterday. Shri Krishna says, Tadvir pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshati te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Chapter 4 verse 34 Gita. Remember, I went in detail yesterday. Shri Krishna says, if someone is so fortunate to meet the true Guru, a bona fide saint, and Shri Krishna is defining who is a Guru here. He doesn't say parampara, lineage. He does not say family. He does not say all these things. He says two qualities. Two things qualifies one to be Guru. Jnaninaha plus tattvadarshinaha. Two things Shri Krishna says in the Gita, nothing else. This is said in Bhagavad also. It is said in Ved, everywhere. But we are talking Gita. Shri Krishna says, number one, Jnaninaha. I went in detail. Jnaninaha means complete knowledge. All the Vedas, all the Puranas, all the scriptures. But more important, he is able to make us understand. He convinces us. He removes the doubt. Anybody can give lecture, very nice lecture, read a book and give lecture. But to make us understand, to remove the doubt, that's not easy. So Jnaninaha, but even more important, Tattvadarshinaha. He's seen God, he's attained Shri Krishna, the divine knowledge, divine bliss, divine vision. He's attained God. If we are so fortunate to meet the true Guru, qualified, what to do? Tat vidi pranipatena, completely surrender. And I told you today what surrender means. Surrender the mind, the intellect. Guru says this, you do it, you don't question. You have a doubt, he will clarify. Number one. Number two, pariprashnena, question. Get true knowledge from him. And number three, sevaya, do his seva, serve him. He will give you true knowledge. He will give Krishna to us because he has Krishna. Someone can only give what they have. If he himself is a beggar, what can he give? So Shri Krishna says to Uddhav in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Vishayan dhyataschitam vishayeshu visajjate mam anusmarataschitam mayeva praviliyate. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto, 14th chapter, 27th verse. Shri Krishna says, Uddhav, just as a person thinks again and again that he can find happiness, pleasure in any person or object in the world, and he gets attached to the person or object. And whatever you get attached to, that is what you're going to attain in the next life. Very important. Shri Krishna says in the Gita, we'll hear more about it later on. Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunte sada tadbhava bhavita. Chapter 8 verse 6 Gita. When the life leaves the body, we die. When the life is leaving the body, whatever you remember at that time, Smaran means remember. Whatever you remember at that time, that's what you're going to become, where you're going to go after you die. And what are we going to remember at that time when the life is leaving the body? Whatever we are attached to, whatever we love. If you love Shri Krishna, you will attain Shri Krishna. But if we love any person or object in the world, we come back here, right here. We rotate in 8.4 million forms of life. So Shri Krishna is saying to Uddhav, just as a person makes a decision that they can find happiness in any person or object in the world, thinking again and again, he gets attached and attains that. In the same way, if someone can get that knowledge through Guru, that the happiness he is looking for, searching for, he will find only in me, in Shri Krishna, and he starts thinking about me again and again, he falls in love with me. He gets attached to me, God, Shri Krishna, and what happened? He attains Shri Krishna. The method is the same, the way of practice is the same, and the result is the same. Just as how we think again and again in the world about some person or object and we get attached, we fall in love, what happened? We attain the world. In the same way, if we think again and again about Shri Krishna, that only Shri Krishna will, by attaining Shri Krishna, I will get happiness, eternal happiness. I will fall in love with Shri Krishna. I will get attached to Shri Krishna, and the result, I will attain Shri Krishna. When I said the result is the same, what I meant, the mind, the heart gets attached. And we get the result for that which the heart, the mind is attached. If we are attached to the material world, we'll attain the world. If we are attached to Krishna, we'll attain Shri Krishna. We'll do another bhajan, and we'll go from there. The same, so beautiful bhajan again written by Jagat Guru Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu. He says, if you want Shri Krishna to come to you, there's something that Shri Krishna loves, or someone. I told you yesterday. Who does Shri Krishna worship? Who does Shri Krishna love? Arya? Radharani. Very good. So Shri Krishna loves Radharani. He worships Krishnena aradhyate iti Radha. Rig Vedi Radhikopanishad. The Vedas say the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna whom Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, everyone is worshipping. He also worships someone. Who does Sri Krishna worship? Radha. I told you also Radha and Krishna are one and the same. But there is something special about the form of Sri Krishna known as Radha. That Sri Krishna also worships Radha. What is special? Atma tu Radhika tasya. The Vedas say Radha Rani is the Atma, the soul of Sri Krishna. So here the bhajan is saying, if you chant Radhe Radhe with love, prem se, then Sri Krishna will come running to you. And once he has come once, he will never leave again. He will chant also Radhe. He loves to chant Radhe Radhe. A lot of people don't want to chant Radhe Radhe. They don't want to say Radhe Radhe. And Shri Krishna loves to chant. Hare Shri Krishna, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, all are chanting Radhe Radhe. It is said that when Shri Krishna would go to sleep in Dwarika, from every pore of his body, Radhe, Radhe, that song will come. So he chants. He loves the name Radha so much. He gets absorbed, he will dance, he will cry, chanting Radha. Beautiful bhajan we'll sing. You can see the meaning also. Radhe Radhe bol Shyam, bhaje chale aayenge. Radhe Radhe bol Shyam, bhaje chale aayenge. Oh Radhe Radhe bol Shyam, bhaje chale aayenge. Radhe Radhe bol Shyam, bhaje chale aayenge. एक बार आ गए तो कबू नहीं जाएंगे. एक बार तेरे साथ साथ शाम राधे राधे गाएंगे. तेरे प्रेम मगन तन, प्रेम मगन तन, सुधि बिसराएंगे. प्रेम ओ सुधि बिसराएंगे. सुधि ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे. राधे 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 बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे. राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे. राधे जुगन मुरली में गाएंगे. राधे राधे जू की छवि लगी. राधे जू की छवि लगी. बलि बलि जाएंगे. राधे जू की छवि लगी. ओ बलि बलि जाएंगे. बलि बलि ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे. राधे राधे ओ राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे. राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे. जय हो कहीं कहीं भुजन उठाएंगे. जय हो जय हो. दो दृग आनंद, दो दृग आनंद, जल बरसाएंगे. दो दृग आनंद, राधे राधे गाएंगे, राधे राधे, ओ राधे राधे बोल श्याम आज चले आएंगे, राधे राधे बोल श्याम आज चले आएंगे, राधे नाम लेके मूर्छित हो जाएंगे, राधे नाम कभू हंसेंगे कभू आंसू बहाएंगे, कभू ओ आंसू बहाएंगे, ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे, राधे राधे, ओ राधे राधे बोल आज चले आएंगे, राधे राधे बोल श्याम आज चले आएंगे, लखी लखी रस्सी मन मुस्काएंगे, लखी लखी रस्सी राधा भाव गही श्याम शाम शाम गाएंगे, राधा ओ शाम शाम गाएंगे, शाम शाम गाएंगे, ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे, राधे राधे, ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे, राधे राधे, ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे, राधे श्याम, ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे, राधे श्याम, ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे, राधे राधे, ओ श्याम श्याम गाएंगे, श्याम, ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम गाएंगे, ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे, राधे राधे, ओ श्याम श्याम गाएंगे, राधे राधे बोल श्याम आज चले आएंगे, राधे राधे बोल श्याम आज चले आएंगे, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय. Okay. So I'll finish the lecture today. I want to give a few minutes for question and answers. Some people had questions yesterday. You had asked that you would send some of the questions. I will go through the ones first that we got, and then if you still have anyone have a question here, we'll take your question also, and we'll see how much we can do. But let me first go through the ones that were sent yesterday. So a couple of them here. One question: how will I know if Shri Krishna has accepted me and will take me to his abode at the time of my death? What are the signs? So how do we know if Shri Krishna has accepted me? All we have to do is ask ourselves, have I accepted Shri Krishna? You see, there's a divine law. Shri Krishna has a divine law. He says in the Gita, Ye yatha ma prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham. Chapter 4, verse 11, Gita. Shri Krishna says, however an individual loves me, with whatever feeling, that individual loves me, however they love me, I love that individual in the same amount with the same feeling. This is Shri Krishna's divine law. So if I want to know if Shri Krishna has accepted me, if Shri Krishna loves me, all I have to ask myself, have I accepted Shri Krishna? Do I love Shri Krishna? And you have the answer. how much you love him, he has to love you that amount in return. That's a divine, unbreakable law. He cannot change it. So if I love Sri Krishna 0.01%, then he loves me 0.01%. If I love him 10%, then he loves me 10%. If I love him 50%, he loves me 50%. I love him 100%, complete surrender. I have attained him. So all we have to do is ask our own self. That's the sign, that's the answer. This is a divine law, all right? Unbreakable law. Okay, next question. In what manner are the soul and the mind related? Okay, it's two different things. The mind is the product of Maya. Go char jaha lagi man jai, so sab Maya janehu bhai. Tusidasji, the great saint, Tusidasji say, the mind that we think with, the intellect that we know, the senses that we perceive with, they are all under Maya. They're product of Maya. And God is beyond Maya. The soul is also beyond Maya. The soul is a fraction of God. So it's divine in nature. Maya, the mind is a product of Maya. So the mind is material. There's no relationship. The mind can become divine. In the path of bhakti, we don't destroy anything. In the path of Gyan, the Jnani gets rid of the mind. He destroys the mind. But in the path of bhakti, we keep everything. We keep the mind, we keep the intellect, we keep the senses, everything. And through bhakti, everything becomes divine. The mind becomes divine, the intellect, the senses. We get a divine body and be able to go to divine Golok and enjoy with Sri Krishna forever. So we don't get rid of anything. So right now we have a material mind. Material mind cannot know divine God. We have to make the mind divine. We have to make the intellect divine. Then we will be able to perceive divine God. So there's a big difference. The soul, Atma, being a fraction of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna says in the Gita, Mamevansho jiva loke jiva bhutaha sanatanaha. Chapter 15 verse 7, Gita. The souls are eternal part, fraction of Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna is divine, soul is also divine. So big difference. Next question. Why does the mind feel happy sometimes, although it is said that there is no happiness in the world? Actually, what we call happiness is only an absence of sorrow, pain and suffering. We are experiencing so much pain and suffering in the world that when one of them or some is taken away, we feel a relief, temporary relief, and we call that happiness. There's a person, he is a prisoner, and he is told to stand in the midday sun, scorching sun, midday sun. One prisoner. Second prisoner is told to sit in the cool shade of a tree. Now the prison officer starts beating the prisoner who is standing in the sun. Please don't beat me, please, please, please. On being spared the beating, he feels a relief. After he spared the beating. But soon he finds the scorching heat of this, he finds standing to be, he gets tired standing up. So he begs the prison officer, please let me sit. On being allowed to sit, he again feels relief. More than before he was standing, he feels a little bit comfortable, happy. But soon he finds the scorching heat of the sun to be unbearable. And pleads and begs the prison officer to let him sit on the cool shade of the tree. On being allowed to do so, and sitting in the cool shade of the tree, he wonders how I ever found happiness in the sun. This is the real happiness. So see, every time he was moved from a position of more discomfort, pain, to one of less discomfort, he felt relief. And he thought he was happy. But it's only a temporary relief from pain and suffering. That's what we experience in this world. On the second hand, the prisoner who was sitting in the cool shade of a tree is now told to go and stand in the scorching heat of the sun. And having to do so and standing in the scorching heat, he feels extreme pain and suffering. Right? So it's just much more, but it can't be too long because of the other questions. Just understand that we are suffering, we are experiencing so much pain and suffering in the material world that when one of them or some is taken away, we feel a temporary relief. And we call that happiness. But it's not true happiness. If it was true happiness, we will never experience sorrow ever again. There's a definition for happiness in the Vedas. Yovai bhuma tat sukham bhumaiva sukham. That which is infinite, immeasurable, eternal, beginningless is called sukh or happiness. Once attained, it is possessed forever. You will never become separate from it ever again. You will never experience sorrow ever again. Have we experienced such a thing? No. Then we haven't experienced happiness, true happiness. Alright? Alright. Now I have finished the questions that were sent to me. We'll ask, I think Pooja had a question remaining.
I think most of you answered through the lecture.
Okay, good. Alright. Anybody else has a question? Raise your hand, please.
Namaste, Swamiji. The question is regards to the lecture that you had, which is very good. And to distinguish, is there a distinguishing of desire? For example, the desire to do good to society, the desire to build a temple, the desire to be of service to others, versus the desire that you spoke about, which is based on the cycle of perhaps birth and death.
So it's natural for us to desire things in the world because we think it will make us happy. Now, when a person does good action, it's also desire. It's not too much for one's own happiness, but still a desire. You're doing good action and we get the fruit of that. We help others, we build a mandir, we do good actions, we get the fruit. But again, that fruit is only temporary. The fruit for doing good action is heaven, swarga. We acquire something called punya. Right? And Shri Krishna says in Gita, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti evam taridhan manupapanna gata gatam kam kamala bhante. Chapter 9 verse 21 Gita. When we perform good actions, etc., we acquire something called punya, which will determine which heaven we will go to and for how long. But when you go to the heaven and you start enjoying the pleasures there, something happens. What happens? Kshine punya. The punya starts to destroy. And one day is going to finish. Zero. And when the punya is finished, what happened? Martya lokam vishanti, will be kicked out of heaven. And then we have to start all over again. We have been to heaven uncountable times. So, good action is good, but it's not the best. We have to desire to love God. Divine desire, in other words. Instead of desiring for the material world, we change the desire, change the area. Desire for spiritual happiness. Desire to love God selflessly. This will give us bhakti, which will take us to the divine abode of Bhagwan, which will give us God realization, never have to come back in the material world. Alright, so good action is good, but it just gives heaven, swarga. And that's only temporary, we enjoy for a little bit and we have to come back here. Alright, next question.
One last question as we are 2 minutes over now.
Anybody else? Alright, so we'll finish there. Do an announcement and then we'll go to Arti.
Sure. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for the concluding